I'm about to reveal my top three side hustles for you making some extra money when you're still working a full time job. So let's get that money flowing. Let's be honest here. If we're in the corporate world, if you're working a full time job, the cost of living continues to go up. But when we look at the merit increases, the yearly increases we receive from our companies, they can barely keep up at all. These raises are usually only a percent or two if we're lucky, but yet the cost of living continues to go up. So, how are we supposed to save for things? How are we supposed to go and do different fun things that we are thriving and needing to have in our life? What are us, the employees, supposed to do? How can we bring into more money into our lives, into our financial state to allow us to live the lives that we are looking to live? Now, don't get me wrong, some of you out there might be completely happy with where you're at, but this video is specifically for those of you looking for a little bit more. And that's why we're going to cover three of my favorite options for side hustles while still working a full time career. As a full time engineer myself, I've been in the industry for over 13 years now, and I do personally take advantage of side hustles to have multiple streams of income. I refuse to completely rely on my employer's salary, my employer's paycheck that I get. I want to have more, I want to have financial security. And for me, the way to do that is having multiple streams of incomes via different side gigs. My question of the day for you, though, is do you currently have multiple streams of income? Do you take advantage of side gigs, side hustles? Do you take advantage of any of that? If so, what are they? And if you're not, how come, or what ones would you potentially be interested in? Make sure you let me know in the comments. I'm very curious to hear what you guys are doing currently or what you're looking to do in the future as far as side hustle, side gigs, having multiple streams of income. Because I think a lot of us can agree that is the future, at least if you want to have more financial security. So, what is a side hustle? What is a side gig? There's a lot of different terms for it, but basically, it's taking some of your time, your effort, and applying it to another form of work that usually used to be just called getting a part-time job, but now we have fancy names for it, and they typically mean doing different services and different things out there. There's so many options out there, whether it's writing creatively as a freelance writer, whether that's being a photographer, whether that's the list just goes on and on. There's so many different ways to have a side gig, a side hustle, another stream of income. But again, we're going to talk about my three favorites, and not all of them are created equally out there, and that's why we're covering three today. And some are going to make you have a big financial commitment up front. Some are going to require you to put things on the line and have risk, while some might have little to no risk, or you don't have to have any startup charges. You just make money and trade time for money. But some of them also have amazing ways to make money fast. It's all going to kind of be what fits best in your life, and we'll just kind of talk about some different options. You're going to want to make sure to stick around to the end because option three is my absolute favorite. And being a full-time engineer, I'm a senior engineer, 13 years of experience. This is the one that I leverage the most to make the most amount of money I can with the least amount of effort and time. So I really want you guys to be able to take advantage of that. So make sure you stick around to the end. So option number one is doing something like a side gig for or another company, a small business, or like a weekend thing. Now this could be something you do on nights or weekends. Personally, I do take advantage of this. I do work for a small business on the weekends about once a month, twice a month. I work a market for them. It's a small business market and I sell their product. It's a clothing company. So I go to the market, I represent the brand, I sell their clothing there, and I get paid for my time. The great thing of working for a small business is the fact that you're not having to start your own business. You're just able to rep the brand and you're able to collect a paycheck as you're doing the event. Bad part is I'm having to take some of my weekend time, my free time that I'm getting, that I'm not working my corporate job, and now I'm having to go and take that free time, that weekend time, and apply it to working for another company. So it cuts back on my free time. So this one may or may not be for everybody, but if you have a brand or a small business that you really like and you see them out doing different markets, or maybe you can even talk to them about helping them do marketing or sales or stocking or just helping out around the business, I'm sure a lot of them would love the help, because if they're a small business owner, it's probably them and just them, maybe one or two other people, if that, or maybe their significant other, but they might be completely alone. That means they're having to do everything with no break. So by you asking if they need some help, not only you may be getting paid, but you're also allowing them to have some free time, some breathing room while their brand, their store, their company is still starting to thrive. Option number two is probably the most popular. This is something that so many people do and people have so much success with. I had to include on my list, and that's driving for something like Lyft or Uber, or doing Uber Eats or any of the food delivery services out there. And these are so powerful because all you need is your personal vehicle, and that's it. You do the hours you want to do, whether that's on the weekends, whether that's at night, afternoon, depending on when your shifts are for your work. You can kind of pick and choose whenever you're in the mood to do it. So this option offers a ton of flexibility, but you are putting your personal vehicle at risk for wear and tear. You're in charge of putting all the gas in your car. If someone gets sick in your car, or food leaks or spills in your car, this things you're going to have to deal with. Now, I understand that Lyft and Uber and different services have different ways to help protect their drivers, but it's still putting your personal vehicle at risk. Now, there's not a big financial commitment, but there is risk associated with it. Option number one didn't have much risk. It's really everybody, it's somebody else's thing that you're just helping out with, but you're trading a lot of time, and it's kind of the time that they need you, not necessarily when you want to do it. Option number two, it's really you can kind of pick and choose your schedule, but there's the risk involved around what happens to your personal vehicle, as well as the wear and tear, as well as just paying for all that extra gas. And we all know gas is not cheap. By the way, I just want to mention really fast before we jump to number three, if you are new here, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I like to drop videos to help busy corporate employees, busy full-time people find ways to make some extra money as well as other things. So make sure you're hitting that subscribe button because you're not going to want to miss the different videos that I have coming up. All right, option number three. This is probably the thing that I am the most passionate about. Option number one is something I do take advantage of and do. Option number two, I've personally never done, but I know many, many friends, families, colleagues, loved ones that have done option number two. But again, option number three is the one that I leveraged the most within my life to make some extra income while still working full time. I am not cutting my hours at all as an engineer currently, but that is taking advantage of network marketing and affiliate marketing. Now, what's the difference between them? We're not going to necessarily go into all that, but in my opinion, they are very, very similar and both have extreme amount of advantages with very low amount of disadvantages as long as you're partnering with the right companies and the right products. Network marketing will usually involve a little bit more work, but it will have a lot more reward associated with it. Most companies often offer up a much more lucrative compensation plan, whereas affiliate marketing, you may not get paid as much, but there's a lot less effort. But they're very, very, very similar. So we're going to talk about them as if they are the same thing. We're not going to go through all the nuances of what's the difference between one or the other, at least not in this video. Stay tuned. There might be one of those coming out. But the reason why this is so powerful is you're sharing something that you are passionate about to your friends, family, and loved one and getting paid for that. You're making a post on social media. You're telling your friend you see at the bar, whatever that product is, whatever that service, whatever that brand is, you're just sharing it. They purchase, you get paid. For most high quality network marketing opportunities and affiliate marketing, you're not going to have any stock. You may not even have to have any type of enrollment fee. There's usually no rules. You market the product, someone purchases it, you get paid. And the beautiful thing is this is something you can do in the pockets of your day when you're talking to somebody, making a post on social media, putting in your stories. You can just talk about, hey, I've got this new product that helps me feel better in the morning or helps the bags underneath my eyes. If you want to try it, click the link below. They click the link, they buy it. It's that simple. It's that quick and easy. So the amount of time you're having to give up is very, very limited. But each and every time someone buys or purchases, you're getting paid. Think about it this way. We share so many things that we love on a daily basis. Oh, this is my favorite movie. This is my favorite restaurant. But we don't get paid for any of that. So how awesome would it be if every time you shared something you loved about, you got paid? And that's essentially what affiliate marketing and network marketing will offer for you. And again, this is something that I use every single day. It's something that I leverage to really help elevate my financial income. And I know so many others that have amazing success stories with utilizing these two ways of making money. Now, I understand that some of you might be going, well, what about real estate? How come that wasn't talked about? Now, real estate is something that I personally want to investigate and invest in eventually. And I'm sure a lot of you possibly do as well. However, with real estate, there is a lot of financial investment that needs to be done up front. You're going to have to buy a property. You might have to renovate it. If it's not rented, you're going to have to be paying the mortgage. And there's a lot of different variables potentially in the real estate market. Is it lucrative? Is doing things like Airbnb a great way to make money? Yes, there is, but there's a lot of time, there's a lot of management that potentially has to go in those. So it may not be for everybody. For myself personally, I want to leverage things like network marketing and affiliate marketing that have very little time commitments to be able to leverage those two things into pushing me into real estate. I can take that money I'm earning and then reinvest it into a real estate property. So that might be a way for you guys to beta find ways to get into real estate. How do I come up with 20% or more to put this down payment on this house I want to get at the beach to have an Airbnb? Well, utilizing something like network marketing and or affiliate marketing could help get you there faster. So it's not that I don't think real estate is a great way to make money while still working full time. It's just not one of my favorites. It didn't make my top 3 list, but it is something that I do think is very powerful. All right, guys, that's all I got today. I just wanted to cover those quick 3 things for you so that way you can start making some extra money while still working full time. We've got doing things like Lyft and Uber. We've got things like working for a small business on the weekends or the evenings, or you can look into things like affiliate marketing and network marketing. And then maybe eventually you can step into the real estate realm. But before we go, for those of you that do not know, my name is Trent Thurston. I drop new videos every Wednesday. We do different product reviews. We talk about ways to make some extra income on the side while still working full time. And I go through and I answer a lot of FAQs you might have about either topic. So if you are new here or if you're returning and you haven't done it yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You are not going to want to miss the videos that are coming. I have some really exciting topics and I'm getting through some of your FAQs. That way we can really dig into some of those just questions that keep popping up and nobody's answering. I want to make sure to get you guys answers. But for today, that's all I have. I will see you guys next Wednesday. Take care and we'll talk then. Peace.